may be common sense for some of us, but for the rest of us, let me share with you 2 tips that is helping me in my doctoral program. This applies to all grade levels: grade school, high school, undergrad, graduate school, whatever you're seeking, this applies to everything. Okay, so boom, y'all, I was ready. I was prepared, starting my second course. I'm going through the course syllabus. I'm looking at the books, making sure I got all my resources. I'm writing down notes, getting my due dates together, outlining things, going through all of the assignment instructions. And I'm like, okay, bet, I'm prepared. I'm equipped. I start reading the online textbooks and everything. I'm prepared to do my discussion posts. Y'all know how discussion posts are. So I made sure I got my word count. Y'all know 400 words minimum for your original post, 200 word minimum for 2 replies to other peers. And of course, you have to have your sources and everything. So y'all, I looked at this thing up and down. One thing I did not look at was the rubric. And again, this may be common sense for many of you, but for me, it wasn't, because I'm like, okay, if I have the assignment instructions, it's telling me what I need to do. In my mind, I already know what the rubric is going to say. Make sure I got the minimum word count. Make sure I formatted it properly. Make sure I'm adding citations, my sources. It was like a 1-sentence requirement that I completely missed. So I received a 142 out of 150. Now, it's still an A, but y'all know I like to strive for the greatest. Now, I'm saying this because sometimes it's so easy to miss certain things. So if you're starting a course, if you're in a course now, please do not take for granted the rubric, because baby, I would have a 150 out of 150 if I paid attention to that. But what didn't make me feel so bad about it, I reached out to my professor and I asked him, hey, can you give me an example of what this means? Because I tried to go through and look to see if some of my other peers did it, and nobody did it, y'all. Like, nobody did it. And that just goes to show you, if it's easy, everybody can do it. And so I said, okay, bet, I'm going to make sure I have that for the next time. Second tip. Sometimes you just gotta write stuff down. Some stuff, y'all, I literally just have to I gotta write it down. We're the generation that we were getting the more advanced technology, but we were still writing a lot of stuff down, turning paper assignments in. Y'all know what it was. So I make sure I'm highlighting all of the important details. And sometimes you gotta print stuff out. Let me know if there are any more tips that you all would like to be successful in school. Otherwise, I'm just gonna share with you my journey along the way.